नमस्कार. आयच्या या डिबेटीच्या कार्यावळीत तुमकां सगळ्यांक येवकार. विशय महत्वाचो आसा तो म्हळ्यार उदकाचे रेटी वाडल्यात, लायटीचे रेटी वाडल्यात आनी रेट जेन्ना वाडटा तेन्ना सामान्य मनशाक ताची झळ बसता. पण खरेंच ही दरवाड गरजेची आसा, पर्याय ना. आनी जेन्ना ही दरवाड जाता तेन्ना ज्यो सर्विसीस आनी जी एफिशियन्सी एका कंज्युमराक मेळपाक जाय ती दिवपाक सरकार आनी सरकारी खाती तयार आसात काय कितें हाजेर आमी भासाभास करतात. 3 मानेस्तां पयली आसात ते म्हळ्यार काँग्रेसीचे फुडारी आनी स्पोक्सपर्सन सुनीलबाब कोटवणकर, स्वागत. दुसरे आसात म्हणजे जाणी कंज्युमराच्या रायट्सांचो विशय घेवन खूब वर्सां ही लढाई चालू दवरल्या ते गोवा कॅनाचे रोलंडबाब मार्टीन, स्वागत. आनी तिसरे आसात म्हणजे भाजपाचे फुडारी आनी आमदार मायकल बाब लोबो. रोलबाब, सुरवात तुमचे कडच्यान करता. उदक वाडलें, आतां लायटय 14% वाडटा. हाव आर यू लुकिंग एट दिस फ्रॉम अ कंज्युमर्स पॉयंट ऑफ व्यू एंड इकॉनॉमिक पॉयंट ऑफ व्यू?
See, I think essentially the problem is that there is generally price rise. So people tend to expect something will go up, unlike petrol and diesel, which has come down today. What goes up in power and water never comes down. So that is a clear fact. But I think what has happened now is people have started looking for accountability. If you are charging me something more, then I need to get service. And I think one good thing that has happened, at least as far as the electricity issue is concerned, the Joint Electricity Regulatory Commission, by holding its hearing and holding 2 hearings, has brought out the issues, clearly. And in this tariff order, I think, which is nearly 280 pages, it has put things in black and white, how virtually a roadmap. So how this service provider should function in the years to come. And therefore, I think here the consumer has got a leverage now that if you are going to charge me even 14% more, then I want my pound of flesh in terms of services. So even things like, the 30 meters wire, which is free, I think this has come on record, and even the chairperson of the commission. Yes, the commission has come out very strongly on this, that if you have taken, refund the money. So I think this is in a way, it's not just the hike, it is within the hike.
It is rationalization.
Rationalization, and also placing before the consumer what is his share, what is his
what are his rights.
What are his rights.
Yeah. We'll go to the broader aspects of issues and what issues needs to be tackled. सुनील, तू कशें करून पळयता? पर्याय नाशिल्लो सरकारा कडेन दरवाड करपा शिवाय?
पळय, आतां उदकाचें जर पळयत म्हाका तर दिसना सरकार आमचें इतलें पादेशीर जाला कशें की उदकाचेर आतां सद्याच्या परिस्थितीन हायक करपाची गरज आसली.
उदकाचे सरकाराचो आर्ग्युमेंट आसा जी वेस्टेज जाता, नासाडी जाता, ती आडावपा खातीर आमी सर्टन लेवल तुमी उदक वापरलें की वी आर इन्क्रिजींग द रेट्स सो दॅट ते रेट वाडोवन तरी एटलिस्ट तुमी वेस्टेज कमी करतले. That is the rational government is giving.
But I think the government should have properly created an awareness not to waste the water. कित्याक उदकाचेर वेस्टेज करची न्हय हे हांवूय ते मताचो आसा. पण एट द सेम टायम गव्हर्मेंटान ताचेर अवेरनेस करपाची गरज आसली. तुमी सरसकट रेट वाडोवन कितें प्रूव करूंक सोदता तें म्हाका खबर ना. आनी सरकाराचें एक सिंपल धोरण आसा. एका सायडीन ते दाखयता की आमी प्रो गरिबा खातीर, कॉमन मनशा खातीर आमी ही स्किमी दिता, हांगा 1000 रुपया दिता, थंय 1200 रुपया दिता, हाजेर टॅक्स कमी करता. पण आमचे ज्यो अति आवश्यक वस्तू आसा, लायट, उदक, हाजेर जे टॅक्सीज वाडयता. आज भाजी म्हारग, हें म्हारग, तें म्हारग, सगळें म्हारग जाला. आनी उदका सारके गजालीचेर जेन्ना पयशे वाडयता लोकांक कळो सुद्दां ना आपल्या बोल्सांच्यान पयशे खंय गेले ते. तुका 1000 रुपया घरान येत तुज्या सरकाराच्या स्किमीचो, पण तुजे 1.5 आनी 2000 रुपया तुजे वता टॅक्सा खातीर. हें लोकांच्या लक्षांत येना. सो सरकार बेजिकली हे मागीर जे पयशे येतात टॅक्सांच्यान ते पयशे घेवन तांचे जे मंत्री आसा, सरकाराचे जे आसा मिनिस्टर्स आसा, ते पयशांची उधळपट्टी करता.
तुम्ही बेजीक गजाल तू म्हणटा की एसेन्शियल सर्विसीस ज्यो आसात तातूंत तरी इतली दरवाड करची न्ही.
एब्सोल्युटली एसेन्शियल सर्विसीस शूड बी व्हेरी अफोर्डेबल टू अ कॉमन मॅन. whereas today the trend that we are seeing, the affordable services, the essential services that are there, they are becoming unaffordable day by day.
मायकल, फेअर पॉइंट, असेन्शियल सर्विसीस म्हारग जातात, पण तुमचं सरकार कितें म्हणून पळयता? पर्याय नाशिल्लो दरवाड करपा शिवाय. इकॉनॉमिक सिच्युएशन वायट आसा. वील गो टू द इश्यूज दॅट कंज्युमर नीड्स टू गेट, बट सद्याक तुमी इनिशियल दरवाड करतना कितें म्हणून पळयता?
सी, तुम्ही जो तर इलेक्ट्रिसिटी आणि उदकाची बिलां पळयत, गेली 10 वर्सांची बिलां पळया, इन्क्रीजूच जावंक नासले. आज आमी ग्रॅज्युअली अ स्मॉल पर्सेंटेज हॅज बीन इन्क्रीज्ड. आता थोडे जाणां ऑपोजिशन कितें म्हणटा जेन्ना इलेक्ट्रिसिटीची बील वाडले, अरे इलेक्ट्रिसिटीचे बील वाडले व्हडलो बोबाव करप तेजेर. पूण नो डावट दिल्लीचो नवो सरकार येयलो तेणे 50% कट केले. पूण आमी दुसरे वाटेन दिल्ले आसा लोकांक. आमी जे जाणटे लोक आहा तांकां 2000 दिता, 1000चे 2000 केले आमी. म्हारगाय वाडली म्हणून 1200 रुपया दिता आमी गृह आधार. आमी कोण लग्न जाता चलयेक 1 लाख दिता. कोण फिजिकली हँडिकॅप्ड आहा तांकां 2500, 3000, 3500 दिता. म्हणजे आमी लोकांक दीत आसा. पूण सरकार म्हणून कितें तरी एक आमची टॅक्सीज कलेक्ट करूनच लोकांक दिवप ते. पूण आमी ओवर बर्डन कोणाक करूंक ना. बट slightly increase
You are
केल्या.
saying justifiable rise.
Yes, it is
दहा
a
वर्ष वाढले
justifiable
नसले.
rise. But yes, I do agree that sometimes people get one time bill. 5 महिन्याचे बिल एकदा देता, 4 महिन्याचे बिल एकदा देता आणि तांकां दिसता की खूप बिल येयला म्हणून. म्हणजे 5000 बिल येयला आणि ते 6 महिन्याचे बिल आसता. आणि जो तर महिन्याचे महिने येयल्ले जाल्यार तांकां 800 रुपया 900 रुपया. सो ते एकदाच फारीक करूंक जायना. तेकाय आमी स्टेजीस दिल्या. म्हणजे यू कॅन स्प्लिट द बिल इंटू 4 installments, 5 installments. So that also has been worked out. Earlier they were charging some interest on that, but after I intervened with the Honorable Minister for Power and with the PWD, they have removed that this thing of putting ते एक charges लायताले, delayed payment charges or anything. ते बसून काढलेले आसा.
मागीर तुमकां
म्हणजे
दिसना की
आमची
rather
फॉल्ट
than-
आहा, आमची
नाही,
फॉल्ट
मागीर-
आहा बिल एकदा दिवपाक.
मागीर तशें न्ही, तुमकां दिसना की रादर देन सेयींग दॅट आमी तुमकां इन्स्टॉलमेंटान पे करपाची फॅसिलिटी दितात, बिल पयलीं टायमार येवपाक जाय.
सी बिला
सी यू आर ट्रायंग टू करेक्ट एन एरर रादर देन सेयींग दॅट वी विल नॉट कमिट एन एरर.
See, let us take to the fact की गेली 10 वर्सां 8 वर्सां जे काँग्रेस सरकार आसले तेंच्यांनी रेक्रुटमेंट करूंक ना मिटर रिडर्स इन इलेक्ट्रिसिटी एंड वॉटर. नाव वॉटराचे मिटर रिडर्स जेन्ना आमी घेतले आमचो सरकार येवन आनी आदले सरकारान घेतले तेन्ना उदकाची बिलां तूं आयज पयशी जाल्यार टायम एवरी मंथ येता. उदकाचे प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व जाल्ले आसा आनी इलेक्ट्रिसिटीन प्रॉब्लम जाल्ले आहा थिंगा मिटर रिडर येवंक ना. आमचे कंज्युमर वेंट फ्रॉम 8000 टू 40000. इन कलंगूटूच पळय तूं 8000 कंज्युमर आसले ते 40000 पावले आनी जे मिटर रिडर आसले पळय ते रिटायर जाले. ने रेक्रुटमेंट करूंक ना आमी. सो आमकां रेक्रुटमेंट डबल जाय आसले. आदी जो तो 20 आसले मिटर रिडर आमकां 40 जाय आसले टू गिव 40,000 bills every month.
ते जालें
That
ना.
never happened because the remaining earlier 20 people retired.
Okay.
So we did not have the meter
ओके,
readers.
आय कम टू गेले स्किमी आनी हाज्या हाजेर हांव परत येता. बट रोहन बाब, हो जो आर्ग्युमेंट आसा की रिक्रुटमेंट जालें ना ताका लागून बिल टायमार येना, वॉट इज द ग्राउंड रियलिटी? यू हॅव गॉन इन डीप इनटू द इशू. वॉट इज द फॅक्च्युअल पोझिशन?
See, what I think is one realization we have to accept that there is a monopoly kind of operation here. See, the consumer doesn't have a choice. Suppose he says, I would like to buy a different phone, I can buy a different phone. I can go to a different petrol pump. But here, the options are limited. I have to take water or I have to take electricity from these departments. Now, the question here is, how do we increase efficiency?
Correct.
Okay. How do we bring down a lot of the points which Mr. Lobo has raised about, in terms of recruitment, meter readers, all that. It's got to do with, management. And even if you see in the JRC order, stress is again and again being made there to actually bring down your cost by, bringing more management.
And streamline the operations.
Exactly. So one of the things that the consumer is looking at the end of the day is not that I would not pay 5 paisa more. The point is that if I'm not getting a service, the way it should be. Now, 5 months bill, for example, is one of the things. But, the Electricity Act says very clearly, if there is a power cut, it has to be justified. You cannot just knock the power off, So, like in telephones now, if your BSNL phone is off for 3 days, 7 days and 15 days, you are paid. You can get your money back. So, the question here is, both the departments, and this is where the government has to take the lead.
Where is the problem? Where is the problem? Why these efficiency issues are still there? Subsequent governments have come and gone, but the issues have not been resolved.
There are 2 issues here. One is political.
Well, both they are sitting on both.
Yes.
both sides.
So, like I'm squeezed in this sandwich. There is the issue of political power, and here we are discussing the power of the consumer. The point here is that as we say, government is a continuous process. I think there have been inherent problems over the last 30-40 years, and backlog, outstanding, all this thing is there. But somewhere, somebody has to press the button that, we need to bring everything back on track. And I think now, ruling, opposition, all, and since the budget session is coming now, I think there has to be some unanimity in the House of all parties, all elected representatives, that since these are monopoly services, we got to deliver. Because whichever party is leading, irrespective of that, I think this is a management issue.
This is the right of the people.
Right of the people, without which you can't function.
हे जातलें की फाल्यां एटलिस्ट ही एफिशियन्सी एसेन्शियल सर्विसांची डिलिव्हर जाता लोकांक गोंयकारांक म्हणून कॉन्शियसली असेंब्ली भितर बजेट सेशना भितर सरकाराचेर दबाव हाडपाचो किंवा तो एक डेटा रिकॉर्ड घेवपाचो प्रयत्न जातलो ऑपोजिशना कडच्यान.
आमच्या ऑपोजिशना कडल्यान जातलोच कित्याक वी आर कन्सर्न एट दीस मुमेंट एट द way the things are going on. And at the same time I want to tell Michael that as he has said की 8 वर्सां काँग्रेसीन कांयच करूंक ना. 8 वर्सां काँग्रेस फेल्ड मिजरेबली म्हणून लोकांनी काँग्रेसीक मिजरेबली घरा धाडली. Now you have been given the mandate for last 3 years your people were sleeping, or you expect a term of 15-20 years to be at a stretch, then you make amendment in the constitution, you have strength in the parliament also and make a term of 20 years. So तुम्ही 20 वर्सांनी हालप ना तुमकां. See, if there was no replacement, 3 years your minister
you are saying that they should have performed in last 3 years, got rid of this systemic errors.
Now sitting in 2015, I cannot say in 2002 that minister, that government had done something. We are suffering.
No, we suffered because they did not take the recruitment.
Last 3 years, what were your ministers doing?
आम्ही तरी जेलाक दिला आता आम्ही जेलाक दिला. We have given now.
They have done lot of things. I will tell you, jail दिव तुम्ही नाले बेल वाजो. तुम्ही किने केला ते
5 महिन्याची बिल आता येला. आधी 9 महिन्याची बिल आली पेंडिंग. 9 months bill वर पेंडिंग.
स्पॉट बिलिंग केले. ताजो कॉन्ट्रॅक्ट कॅन्सल केलो स्पॉट बिलिंगाचे कॉन्ट्रॅक्टराचो. मागीर आनी कितें रिक्रुटमेंट केले मिटर रिडर्साचे. ते कोण टेम्पररी असले तातून सगळे मेस एक रूल सारको फॉलो करून सो करतानाच वाकडे करपा होता विथ वेस्टेड इंटरेस्ट. ते कोण तरी कोर्टान वता कोण तरी कितें जाता ते ब्लॉक जावन उरता.
तू म्हणटा गव्हर्नमेंटाचे इंटेन्शनच सारके ना.
वी विल कोऑपरेट इफ यू हैव अ गुड इंटेंशन, इफ यू आर डूइंग समथिंग गुड, वी विल
opposition will cooperate
definitely.
Yeah. See, I feel that these departments need to be strengthened internally. See, I will just tell you in the hearing, public hearing, the first presentation which was made, which we attended and which we went hammer and tongs, was one presentation. The second hearing which was held, the power secretary, who is an IAS officer, came to defend the department. It is unheard of. It is unheard of. And the presentation was made by consultants from Delhi. So where is the department? My concern here is that if we don't strengthen our department,
when power secretary comes, their power secretary should have made the presentation.
It's sad that the power secretary has to come. What I'm saying is that the personnel of the department should be lead from the front.
Correct.
Whatever. Whether we may be
the moment you involve consultants,
yeah,
you are giving away your powers.
Not only giving, you see what happens here, that the departments need to be able to take their mission ahead, convinced about what they're doing. See, they may not agree, I may not agree with them, but that's on a different point. The point here is that if you look at over the years, and that's why I say it has to be collective responsibility. I'm saying now, whatever has happened, but today we need to look at the road ahead. And therefore, how are we going to deal with the consumers who are not only 15 lakhs? We have 50 lakh consumers who are tourists who are coming to Goa. So, is it right enough to say, welcome to Goa, but look, boss, I don't have place for you to stay. You don't have toilets, our water is not okay, our electricity, we cannot afford. So, if we are going to go forward, there has to be a comprehensive rethink, and all parties must sit around the table. This is very, very important, because see, there will be issues, each party, political party, each elected person may have his own agenda, which is fair enough, but there must be consensus